The iPad. Why? We live in the 21st century. Our students are digital natives. However, we continue to think of our practice in education as the same practice that we have perpetuated for the last centuries. The iPad gives us power, technology, knowledge, and creativity. The students can make the content their own. Lessons can be delivered digitally. Money can be saved. McLanahan shows us that iPads can facilitate learning and reading. Several associations, such as the International Society for Technology and Education, show us that the iPad is the tool for the future. The Florida Educational Technology Conference also had an article about computer-using educators. We may not miss on this opportunity to integrate technology into our district, to empower the students to learn in a better way, a way that is natural to them. Steve Jobs had always wanted to minimize the computer and put it in the hands of the customer. This first idea, the Newton, was terminated in 1998. After this, several efforts were made, and the iPad was finally launched in 2010, after the iPod was released in 2007. The iPad is capable of everything an advanced computer can do, with the simplicity of a stable and non-threatening graphic user interface. In education, the iPad has quickly taken first place in technology. My proposed project for the board today is to order one iPad for students, for which they would be responsible. The iPads would be shipped to the main administration and be distributed to schools to be released to students after having signed the agreement. The awareness knowledge already exists. The main focus needs to become the how-to knowledge. Some teachers already use these. We will gather their knowledge and compile it, which will lead us to principle knowledge, in which we will be able to establish guidelines and rules for all teachers. To prepare the staff for this change, a survey was sent out to gather data on the existing attitude towards the iPad. While a lot of our teachers are at the generational gap, more than half of our teachers in the district are in the correct age group for the iPad adoption. To allow an easier decision stage, the iPad will be trialed out in the classroom with sets that can be borrowed directly from the District Department of Technology and the help of the TIS to implement lessons. In the implementation stage, the volunteer teachers who agreed to use the iPad will start collaborating, diffusing the technology in their classroom, and working together to create new curriculum, allowing for reinvention of the way they teach. In the confirmation stage, we will make sure that the iPad is answering every need that was created by the teacher. There may be a dissonance that we will have to address later, but hopefully we will not face any discontinuance. Each instructional coach and literacy liaison will report to the principal, who will then report to the Department of Technology for accurate representation of the innovation and its diffusion. To find out key players, I will need to ask the key informants, the department chairs, the instructional coaches, the principals. The suspected key players are younger male teachers, and I would like to find one champion per school that would really endorse this diffusion. The principals will provide support during the diffusion process. The instructional coaches and the department chairs know the staff really well and are going to be the key informant to help me find the champions in each school. The innovators and early adopters will benefit from extra support from instructional coaches, TIS, and will be allowed to have PLC time to discuss and reinvent the practice of teaching with the iPad. According to Hugh, Oster, and Killinger, the laggards are likely to be younger female ages 18 to 21. A simple inclusion of such a demographic would help us with the diffusion tremendously. Our relative advantage, better participation from the students, better retention from the students, and an easier prep time for the teachers. There's a high compatibility and a low complexity. The diffusion of the iPad would be mainly a decentralized diffusion system for the simple fact that the teachers can then pick and choose which applications to use and how to use them. Teacher collaboration will grow the diffusion. The innovators will become the key change agents. They will develop a need for change, establish an information exchange relationship, diagnose problems, create an intent to change in the client, translate an intent into action, stabilize adoption and prevent discontinuance, achieve a terminal relationship. By doing all of this, the key change agents will help further student achievements, hence affecting positive social change. So let us do some positive change. Let us adopt the iPad. for all of our classroom. Thank you.